we welcome you into Birds Huddle powered by PointsBet along with Mr. Barrett Brooks. I am Taryn Hatcher. The good news, Barrett, the Eagles got one of your favorites, Jordan Mailata, back on the practice field today after dealing with a concussion. But bad news, now Jason Kelce is sidelined.
Well, at least we got the mammoth of a man back. You know, Big Jordan's back. But at the end of the day, Kelce will be fine. Don't worry about it. You know, just cool out a little bit. He'll be cool.
The man is kind of a machine. He
Right,
works his way back. So we're keeping our fingers crossed.
Bionic.
All right, so here's the official word from the team. Quote, after trying to work through discomfort in his elbow, because he is in fact a machine, it was agreed that a routine clean out was in his best interest and would also allow for a speedy recovery. And with that, let's get to Barrett's three-point stance presented by your Mercedes. First stance. Jason Kelce, he is in fact, for many reasons, the most indispensable Eagle.
No question about it. I mean, Kelce is more than just a center, more than just a leader in that locker room, more than just a guy that hikes the ball to the quarterback. What he is also a traffic, he's a traffic alterer. He makes sure everything in that offense gets put in perspective, not just for him and the offensive line, but also with the quarterback. See, he might have a Mike linebacker that's lined up head over him, but he'll see a blitz on the other side of the field. So he can call the Mike somewhere else to take the blitz off the quarterback. That way, he doesn't worry about Hurts having to read that blitz and getting hit. That's what he brings to the table. The wealth of experience of a, 11, 12-year career, that's what Kelce brings to the table. So him not being there is definitely something that we should worry about. But I'm saying this also, we don't have to worry about it. I tell you time and time again, it's probably one of my most known quotes when it comes to Kelce, but he's held together by duct tape and bubble gum. The guy is a machine. I mean, you know, he's got so many screws and everything else in him that, you don't have to worry about it. He will be back. Now, I said 4 to 6 weeks, but if we had a game 2 weeks from now, even after that scope, please believe Jason Kelce will be there.
Could be a sliding window.
Oh, no. I mean, that's with him. You know, he will be on the field. I can remember the Giants game last year. He went out the game, and we needed somebody else came in there, and they weren't up to par. They weren't playing well. They were almost lost the game. This game also, but he says, "All right, you know what? Cut me, Mick. Get me back in there." He goes in, puts a little bit more duct tape around his arm, and he goes out and finishes the game. That's the type of player that Kelce is. He's, like I said, he's not just a guy that's going to make sure the defense is called right, where the Mike linebacker is. I think he does go so far as to say, hey, Jalen, you need to change this play right here.
Yeah.
This is not a good play for us to run. That's what he brings to the table. He's one of those guys you can definitely look to help in all situations on the field.
I love when you talk about just how big his brain is on the field in a way that people don't really even get to see. Now, to Barrett's point, the reports are that he will be back by week 1.
Yes.
It is not known if Jason Kelce himself is the source of those reports.
He might be.
Who wants to come back for week 1.
He might be.
But should he not be able to come back by week 1, how comfortable are you with Cam Jurgens starting in his place?
Well, I mean, you probably won't miss a beat as far as, physical size, strength, and everything. I mean, he's a carbon copy of Kelce. He's just a little healthier, a little younger. Might be a tad bit bigger and stronger. A little bit faster. But Cam Jurgens, he came in and filled in for those days during that COVID protocol afterwards, for Kelce. And he felt, he went in and filled in great for Jason Kelce. He's a young guy, smart guy. He understands what his role is on the team. He can call the Mike linebacker, but he didn't have those calls that, that second-level calls that Kelce has. It's experience that he's lacking. But he's every bit of a good center that he can go in there and definitely facilitate the, starting offensive line and put them guys in great positions. He can do all of that. He's smart enough to do all that, strong enough, has all the physical attributes to do that. He'll be fine.
Yeah.
But I'm not worried about, like I said, Kelce will be back on the field. Kelce, I'll see you on September 11th.
And by the way, don't let the video with Jordan Davis fool you when it comes to Cam Jurgens.
No, I mean,
he has had a decent camp, folks.
He had a great camp.
Jordan Davis is, in fact, a freak of nature. And speaking speaking of the defensive man-child, Jonathan Gannon, he's bound to bring the heat this season. It's your second stance. The Eagles were 31st in the NFL in blitz rate last year. You're anticipating they're going to dial that up a bit, given especially what kind of personnel they have now.
No question. With the personnel they have now, he trusts the cornerbacks to go out there and play tight man-to-man. They can play off. They're good enough to read things, jump balls. He has perfect confidence in what all three of those guys can do, all three of the starters can do. Avonte Maddox, Bradbury, and Big Play Slay. He can go out there and call whatever he wants to call. But the biggest thing that he can call as far as blitz is understanding he got those guys up front. You know, and I'm not just talking about the D-line like Fletcher Cox and those guys. I'm talking about linebackers and rush ends type of players. He's got plenty of guys to put some heat on the quarterback. Hassan Reddick's out there. You look at Patrick Johnson's having a phenomenal camp also. He can bring blitzes now. TJ Edwards is going to do a lot more blitzing. He has really good players that can go out there and make adjustments on air. And when they see something, if they want to go blitz, he's giving them the autonomy to do that. He brings in different formations. I was watching in that practice on Sunday how he had two rush linebackers on one side. Then he had a big defensive lineman in the middle and a defensive lineman on the outside. I mean, that's something that most teams don't see. Now, it's helping Jalen Hurts because he's seeing all these multiple reads, but it's really a luxury that he has the ability with the personnel package that he has that he can look like a blitz, and he only sent 4, but they come from different areas because all those guys know the defense well enough that they can go out there and do it. He'll be versatile in what he calls. You can see that he's very comfortable with lighting guys up now. And because he has the players, he trusts the fact that those guys can go out there and execute any blitz that they have now. So I'm confident he's going to call more aggressively. And when he starts calling more aggressively, the defense takes his type of mentality, so they'll be more aggressive.
I want to get a calendar of how many shows consecutively we can mention TJ Edwards. It's just been that kind of camp for him. All right, I want to move on to your third and final stance. A.J. Brown. He's going to lead the Eagles in targets by a lot, Barrett.
Yes, he is. The reason why is because he's that imposing of a player. He has all the attributes: size, speed, strength. Look how big his arms are. And he has strong hands. Because of that, he has a much more forgiving catch rate than anybody else they have on the team. I mean, you throw the ball to him, like I said, 70-30 balls instead of 50-50 balls. Hurts trusts him to go out there and make the tough catch, and that's why he'll get the utmost of the targets. He'll get the most targets simply because he's that good of a player. But like I said, he and Hurts have a chemistry that they started way in the summertime of working out together. Way in the summertime.
And that one catch, and I know we're only talking about one catch here, but that's what we do in the preseason. With good coverage from James Bradberry, I think it gives everybody even a little bit more hope when it comes to
absolutely.